thank you for joining us, Tanya.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a technical difficulty, but so welcome, and we look forward to hearing about your own home community, Rural Highlands.
Yes, wonderful 55 plus community located in Leesburg, conveniently located right here in Lake County, and a nice access to a lot of close shopping, restaurants, and whatnot. Anything you want to do is close by.
Cool. Well, so we'll kind of go through, and we'll definitely be able to check out a map and take a look at the location of it. Here, do you want to pull that up? We'll start with that. There it is. So Rural Highlands is right in Leesburg, and everyone always wants to know where the closest shopping is, maybe the closest hospital, things like that.
You can see the map?
I can, yes.
All right. Well, you can talk about what you've got around your stomping grounds there. So, and then Justin will follow you on the map.
Okay, so I'll kind of start south of where Rural Highlands is located. We'll go south first. So you'll pass through a little city of Groveland on State Route 27, and eventually you'll end up in Claremont, which is a super cool city. It's now considered a suburb of Kissimmee. And you'll find anything from your big box shopping stores to, like farm to table restaurants if you're into more of an organic style restaurant, which I love that's available. And there's a hospital there. There's the South Lake Hospital is located in Claremont. Yep. Obviously, if you go a little further south, then you're heading toward that Orlando area. But Claremont seems to be where you can pretty much get everything that you would need. It's I would say roughly 10 to 11, 12 miles maybe to hit everything from a movie theater to fine dining, fast food, grocery markets. And, as far as like clothing stores and that sort of thing, or your home improvement stores are about somewhere between 10 and 12 miles away. You'll be able to get to everything you want. Now, there's no mall per se in Claremont, but if you head north on State Route 27, north of Rural Highlands, in about the same distance, about that 11 miles away, you'll be coming into the Auto Mile, all your big furniture stores, your big box stores, and chain restaurants, as well as Leesburg Hospital. So that's another hospital that is just north of us. What's super convenient is just a mile north of Rural Highlands, we actually have Orlando Health has a South Lake Division emergency center. So just outside our gate, I don't even think it's a mile, is that ER center, which went up maybe 2 years ago, not even. And if you had to go there, whether you drove yourself or an ambulance came and took you there thinking they could fix you, if they can't fix you there, they'll transport you out to any of the area hospitals that you choose. So again, Claremont lends you that South Lake Hospital. Leesburg has Leesburg Memorial Hospital. And then over in the, over toward the kind of like northwest, over by Tavares, you'll have Waterman Hospital. So, yeah.
And then you can see all those Great Lakes that are super close to Rural Highlands as well.
Yeah, so there's marinas. The Venetian Gardens is a wonderful place for children to play at the playground, or for you to put in your boat if it's something you store in the Rural Highlands RV and boat lot. So, you can put in one of these lakes, and of course you're on the chain, so you have access to multiple lakes and can spend the whole day out there.
Cool. And you can even kind of tell on the map how marshy and rural, and there's a lot of water, like nature preserve water, which we'll get into footage too that you can see. But.
Yes, yeah, you're right. You're smack in a lot of conservation right there. Rural Highlands is goes all the way throughout. So
yes, it was fishing. I was going to say there's fishing lakes even in Rural Highlands community. I'm on conservation myself. My husband and I live on a conservation lot, and we absolutely love it.
Yep, I was just going to plug. My mother lives in there too, and she's constantly, in Claremont. That's her stomping grounds. But you've got all of that available. It's not even that far to go to Mount Dora or even up to the villages and dance in the square if you want from there. It's super centrally located.
It is. Yep.
Cool. Well, let's hop into some kind of general community information. How many homes are in Rural Highlands?
We have 1,500 fully completed homes. This community is already built out. There's no further building that'll happen here. And we actually have 1,500 homes, which is amazing. It's a great community. Perfect
Cool.
size.
Yeah. So when were the build dates? And then, what are the size of homes or the range of size of homes?
Okay, so the building, I believe they really started breaking ground maybe in the 95 area, but homes were really starting to be moved into around 1997. And that was a 10-year build out. So about 2007, Pringle pulled out and found another community to build. So that was the 10-year span of building in here. You asked me the pricing, is that what you said, or the square footage?
Range of size of homes. Like what can you expect in terms of availability?
Yeah, so there's a couple of models that are smaller. They're like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and those homes are right around 1,200 square feet. They're pretty little, but you can get up into over 3,000 square feet in some of the homes here.
Okay. And then we'll chat about prices. Everyone always wants to know the HOA, what it includes, if there's a CDD, and then sort of the price range, bottom to the highest prices, and then sort of what that median price range is too.
Okay.
I know that was a loaded question.
To go back a little bit too, I would say the average size home in here is right around 1,800 square feet. I mean, there's a lot of people like to downsize to that 1,600 square foot home. And, some like to, if they're coming from already a 3,000 square foot home, then they may feel closer, around that 2,000 or 2,200 if they like something that's just a little bit larger or they have family that visits a lot. And there are a lot of options in that.
And I'll interject a little bit. So Pringle is the developer of Royal Highlands, and they were a custom builder. So even if the floor plans, they tweaked a lot of them. And there's a few 2-story houses, not very many, but a few that actually have upstairs in Royal Highlands, and that's kind of unique. And quite a few that have their own pools too, because people have their community pools and stuff. So you can find pool homes also.
That's correct. Yep, exactly. So as far as the price point, boy, the market's just been insane, and I would say safely, you're going to be in the low 200s to start here. And things, I know we just had a closing maybe a week and a half ago in here, a large home that went for just over 400,000. So on average, I would say we're probably around the 250 or 260 range. But they're sneaking up closer to that ceiling of 300,000 in here.
Yeah, well, and obviously the prices are sort of tentative of the market. So if you are interested in Rural Highlands, you'll have to reach out sort of for current information, but just as a good idea in terms of like what you'd expect for a budget to get into that community.
Exactly. And it all comes down to obviously size, lot location. Does it have a golf cart garage? Has it been updated? Is the roof newer, the HVAC newer, windows, that sort of thing? That all dictates the price. So, you can get a 2,000 square foot home that maybe is ready for some upgrades at a far lower price than you can somebody who's come in and completely done a full renovation.
Right. All right. So what's the HOA, and then is there a CDD?
So Rural Highlands does not have a CDD. Pringle, that builder, as far as I know, never had a CDD on any of his communities, so including Rural Highlands. The HOA is $171 a month, and that includes your basic cable through Comcast Xfinity and your internet. We are a gated community, so it's a 24/7, 365 gated, humanly gated community, and it also includes all of your amenities. We've got the rec center, which has fitness and pools and billiards and all that. So you've got that. You've got the Great Hall, which has a full-service stainless kitchen. And of course, we're a golf course community. That would be additional, but where there's golf, there's usually a restaurant. And again, that would be additional as well. But you've got access to everything right here on campus.
Yeah. Well, that's always a good thing. I mean, people always reach out and they say, oh, we don't want a golf course because we don't want to pay for it. But it's usually separate. So it's nice to have it, even if you don't use it, because of the, the lifestyle around it, the restaurant and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think the golf course adds just that feeling of having a much more active community. People are out. A lot of people own golf carts, so they're out, bebopping around or visiting folks or stopping and taking a Pilates class and then going on to the next thing, whether it's a stained glass class over at the rec center and then maybe up front for a softball game, that part of the community. So it just seems like people are just really active in this community, which I believe that they are. That's why we move here.
Yeah. Cool. Well, should we check out some video of the community and maybe chat about it? See what we got here. This is early footage too, folks. We've come a long way in terms of our production quality.
I didn't need a facelift back then.
So if you want to kind of this looks like the front gate. See, this is where all the water comes in too.
Oh, beautiful.
As we go through this, if you kind of want to if you see anything you want us to pause, we can pause, but we'll just kind of check out the community and you can talk about what you see.
Where we're at and what you see, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so there's the Crown and Shield. That's the pro shop and the restaurant right there, which is open every single day of the week. The 19th hole, we've got a little tavern in there.
I heard they have great pizza.
They do. I just reserved a pizza party just today. So, okay, yep. So then you're on some fairway and on the course here. I'm not sure if this is what hole this is. Maybe the 15th. I'm not sure what street we're up on.
That's okay. It's a lot of people rave about that golf course. It's in great shape and a really fun course. And Justin plays it quite a bit, so he knows. And I know Lance does. That's your handsome hubby. And you're
Yes.
gonna start, but you're too busy singing.
I am. That's kind of where my passion is to be on the stage rather than on the course.
Yeah. Look at all that water and conservation. That's just gorgeous. And see, you can see
It
that
is.
there's a outdoor pool and there's an indoor pool too, right?
Correct. So the outdoor pool is not heated throughout the year. The indoor pool is. I mean, the outdoor pool right now, because we just came into July, is actually warmer than the indoor pool. But it's nice to have the option of indoor or outdoor. And yes, the courts are all located over there by the rec center where the pools are. We've got bocce and tennis. We've got shuffle. There's some. You can take out the cornhole ramps, and play as well. The front of the community has the softball field and the pickleball courts. So
Yeah, so we kind of passed that footage, but that's outside of the community.
Yes.
Okay.
It's still on
Yeah.
Royal Highlands
Behind
property.
the wall, but right, it's still on the property. But because we play other teams, and when they come in, they can actually come in and go straight to the softball field. All right, so there, the far building closer to the water, that's our Great Hall. And we have a full stage audio visual with the lighting and all that kind of stuff. The big stainless kitchen is in there. We have an amazing dance floor. Now the Great Hall is also where we'll have silver sneakers classes and yoga, tai chi, I think it is, Pilates, that sort of thing. So you're in the rec center now. This is our library. This rec center just received about a $250,000 facelift, if you will. And pretty much everything was redone except the floors. We maintained the floors. All of those plantation shutters were updated, and the chairs in there. We added all that nice storage. There's our kiln, which is in the craft space. They received all new cabinetry in there, and tables. Yep. And when you go into that rec center, they feature all the artists' work monthly. We change it out. It's just absolutely amazing, the talent in this community. So there's the great hall with the patio outside. Big dance floor.
And you have a big drama club too that they perform.
We do. Yep, the Royal Theater Players, and I've been part of that group, and I sponsor their events as well in the community. And we're actually getting ready for a November production.
Nice. That's so fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
So I know this too from talking to you. The floors are special in here, aren't they?
Well, it's just that we've got the carpeting, which was recently redone on each side, as far as of the dance floor. But the dance floor itself, I mean, that's where I just went in yesterday and toured the community with a buying couple, and the tap dancers were in there. Other times the cloggers are in there, or our line dancing groups are in there. So it's just nice to have that. Not all the communities, I won't mention which ones, have fully carpeted great halls. So it's easier, don't you think, to dance on a hardwood surface than on carpeting.
So when I actually did a little bucket list video in this community, because a big thing, and they kind of have a nickname of being a dancing community because they do a lot of ballroom dancing, and like, if people ballroom dance, they love this community. And one of the gentlemen said that was a double mahogany or double wood floor, so it's softer and better to dance on.
Oh.
So if people really love to ballroom, your community is the community for that.
Wow, well, you learn something new every day. No, I did not know that.
You're too busy singing up there.
Yes, I don't do much dancing, but this is the kitchen. To me, it's like the best kitchen out there. I just had a huge function. 81, I think, people came for a potluck fried chicken dinner with my freshman club, and we were able to keep all that chicken nice and moist and warm in the warming ovens. All of our salads were in those refrigeration units. Easy to clean up, all of that. We've got trays that are on wheels that we can wheel out, pitchers of ice and drinks, and it's just wonderful.
And that is unique. A lot of these communities have catering kitchens, so to speak, not full working kitchens like that one.
Yeah. And you can serve, there's a window there to serve through. I just went for the 4th of July celebration. I was at the Great Hall, and they were serving, I think it was the sorority sisters were serving hot dogs. So you just walk up, tell them what you want on your hot dog, and then pay the lady that's taking the money, and it's literally served right outside of the kitchen itself. So it's just set up perfectly.
That's cool. What are the sorority sisters?
I'm not part of the group. I don't know a lot about it. I just know that that's one of the groups, or one of the clubs in the community. And I can't even tell you, I'm embarrassed to say, I don't even know what the money goes to or what their main purpose is. But I do want to say, if there's a club that they don't offer at Rural Highlands that you want to be part of, or you think that we should have, it's literally paperwork to submit to be a sanctioned club in here, and you can start something. So, for example, I had sold a home over on I think it was Sir Churchill, and it was a woman who played the ukulele, and we didn't have a ukulele club. And so she started a ukulele club, and they get together every Saturday at the Great Hall, and they play their ukuleles.
Oh, how fun is that? Well, and you started the freshman club, and that was a way to get people that were just moving in, like with the last 5 years. So newer people got to meet up with other newer people and immediately get comfortable in their community. It was a brilliant idea.
Exactly.
And
if they don't have what you want, then you just create it yourself.
Yep.
So last thing, we'll go over kind of some FAQs. Always ask this one. I feel like I get this constantly. Can you build a fence in your backyard?
The short answer is yes, but it's going to be underground electric fence. I think that's what they call it, invisible fencing, something like that. So my reply to that, J. Michael, is always Lake County's so gorgeous, and to lose the sight line you get in these communities with a fence is just a tragedy as far as I'm concerned. So from somebody who lives on conservation, when I look out any window in my house, that's what I'm looking at, is the green space, the water, the birds, that sort of thing. So you throw a fence up and you can lose all of that. I get it too, because I have 2 dogs. We didn't elect to put the underground fencing in, but that's your option. There's certainly homes in here that do have that, and their pets are out and they look like they're just running free. But as soon as they get to the edge of the property line, they come to a halt. So the answer to that is you can do the invisible underground, but there are no puppy picket or vinyl fences of any kind allowed in Rural Highlands.
Gotcha. And then when you're showing houses or working with clients, do you have any questions that come up pretty frequently that you're answering?
Oh my goodness, what would it be? A lot of times people think that they have to be a golf member. So I don't know where that comes from, but no, you don't. You don't even have to be a golfer. And you don't have to spend a certain amount at the restaurant. You can live in this community and never walk on the course, and go to the restaurant every single night of the week or not. So that's a pretty common question. I think there's some kind of a thought out there that if you buy in a golf community, you have to be a golf member. So maybe that's where they think the extra fees come in, or the higher price to live in the golf community. So that comes up. Let's see. I get asked if the HOA goes up frequently or every year, and the answer to that is no, it's not here. I mean, I've been here 4 years. We had a year where it didn't go up. We had another year it went up $2, I think. So it kind of depends on maybe what's going on in the community. We just repaved every road in here, so that just happened, and it was taken from our reserve funds. We have a nice reserves funds for those kind of items. That would be the other thing I guess I get asked is how secure is the community as far as their finances.
Cool.
I know some people often ask, and I've brought this up in our other videos, because they ask if there's natural gas in the community, because some people love to cook on gas.
That's right. So yes, Pringle did run gas to every property here. All of our, the heat portion of our HVAC is gas, and the water heaters are gas. In my house in particularly, we have a gas clothes dryer and gas range. So that doesn't mean that they all do, but ours happens to. But the nice thing is, if you're just somebody that has to be cooking on gas, the gas line is there. So I have had buyers buy what would be considered an electrified kitchen and then hire a plumber to come in and run the gas line so that they can buy a gas range and put it in.
Cool.
So I have heard a lot of comments on the Pringle communities, especially because they did a lot of custom stuff, and they didn't put all the little houses in the same area that the big houses. So it's not cookie cutter. It's very eclectic. Is that the right word? Maybe not. But anyway, it's not. It doesn't look all the same. So it's really unique.
Yeah, and to just kind of piggyback that, this community, we don't have villas and we don't have mobile or manufactured. We have stick-built homes, and we have the CDS block and stucco construction. And you're right, modifications were made so it doesn't look cookie cutter. That does come up a lot. That it really doesn't look like the houses are squeezed in together, really closely together, and they're not all the same color. Now, with that being said, we did just approve a palette. There's like 100 and something or 200 colors you can choose from. So now, moving forward, when somebody does want to change either their siding or their stucco paint color, it does need to go before architectural review, and you pick from the palette now to purchase your colors, unless you're staying with the original color that's on the house. If you're doing that, that will get approved, even though it may not be on the palette that we have today.
Gotcha.
So no neon pink houses.
No neon pink. unless it was originally neon pink.
Okay.
It was a little bit on the pink side.
I mean, mine was a little pink. Yes. We're beige now.
It's beautiful. You guys did a great job with that. I can't think of anything else about Royal Highlands myself, and of course I've been in and out of that community a lot myself.
I think we crushed that one, you guys.
Yes. Anything else you want to add about your community, or? You know, I've got one thing that might be interesting for folks, and we don't want to get long-winded, but sometimes people will say, well, I don't want a frame and siding home because it's less, secure than a block and stucco, and that's not true. It's sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They're both built to a wind standard, so that's not a thing. Sometimes it's just, do you get that question?
I do actually, and I actually took a builder class, if you will.
Cool.
I can't remember where it was. I think it was in Summerfield, and it was somebody that actually knew you, Nikki. It was somebody that was offering a class, and that's exactly what he was doing. Was talking about building codes and hip roofs and a stick built versus a CBS block and stucco construction. So. And he said they're just as strong because they have to follow the building codes. So, there's minimum building code requirements. So those homes meet those, and they really aren't. Now, people get a little weird because of the termite thing. They think that the stick-built homes have a more likely chance of having termites, but as long as you're carrying a bond and you're maintaining the property, and usually if people are living in it, you're going to keep the bugs away. But you can take a block and stucco home. My entire home has crown molding that's wood, so you could get termites in crown molding. It doesn't have to be just what's the actual framework of the property. So you just have to.
Yeah.
I keep the termite bond on, and that's a big question people ask about that. But if a home that somebody's interested in does not currently have a termite bond, you have a termite inspection, and then you put the bond on once you close, and you've got that insurance policy.
Yep. And then you just have to, if it's block and stucco, you got to be careful of the little cracks, that is natural to a block and stucco home, and fill those to make sure there's no water intrusion. It's just knowing your home and how to upkeep it, and that's a good thing that we love our inspectors, because they do a full-on look at that and then tell you how to maintain your home. So that's easy, but I do appreciate the fact that it's one's not necessarily better than the other. Sometimes people just want the look of one or the other. So.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Yay, awesome.
Beautiful. You want to close this out, Mom?
Me? I get to close it. There's more to explore. No, I don't know. You close this out, Dawn.
If you guys
We should have Tanya close this out.
Yeah, Tanya, you want to close this out?
We always Tanya. We always put her on the dock to sing whenever she's on, because we love her singing.
The problem is the Zoom audio won't do your voice justice.
Okay, yeah, then we won't go there.
Another time. We don't want to create a bad impression.
Oh, I don't care what Tanya's singing in. It will not be a bad impression. Yeah, she's phenomenal. Well, anyway, so basically, if anybody out there wants to get some more information on Royal Highlands, or wants to reach out to Tanya, who does a lot of other communities in the area, please contact us through info at Explore.
Hello
at
explore55plus.com, or you can visit the website www.explore55plus.com. I'll do the outros from here on out.
All right. Thank
you, Tanya.
Hey,
Bye.
my pleasure. Take care.
Cool.
All right.
You crushed it.
Yeah, you did, as usual.